Oh, come in, come in, come in. Hello. Hi. You have found me. You're very good at tracking me down. Come in. In the most wonderful place. This is the library of the Polytechnic University in Iași. It's the oldest university in Romania. And look at it. It's absolutely magnificent. And I do love libraries with galleries. And I have quite tall shelves in my library, but these have not only galleries, but I think just the most beautiful winding stairs. George MacDonald would have just loved those, as would William Blake. Anyway, come and have a seat, and I'll explain what I'm doing here in Iași. So there is a very vigorous Romanian C.S. Lewis Society, and they have these annual conferences. And part of the reason is that actually here in Iași, some folk discovered Lewis just in the darkest days, just towards before the Ceausescu regime fell. So we're talking 1989. And the hope that was in the story of The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, of this world in winter, the icy hand of the Queen, you know, Malgrim, the captain of the secret police, all that seemed so resonant. But spring comes to Narnia, and there was a kind of hope that spring, and perhaps Aslan and all he represents, would come to Romania too. And so it proved to be. The regime was overthrown, and there was a great resurgence, actually, in many freedoms, including religious freedom. So anyway, I wrote this poem, which I'd completely forgotten about, in the 80s myself, in which I tried to retell some bits of the Narnian story, the Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe story, from the standpoint of a Narnian poet, as I would imagine them, looking back over hundreds of years at the Golden Age and the great spring that came. And rather as we might look back at Arthur, which indeed I am also doing as a poet. So I think I did read a bit of this to you before, so I'll just read you a bit now. It's quite a dramatic bit. It's the beginning of the 4th canto, where, of course, Tumnus was paid by the witch to betray Lucy or any other daughter of Eve or son of Adam, but once he's met them, he can't do it, and he repents. But his repentance involves a great risk, because there are spies everywhere. The spies themselves fear to be spied on. And this is where he realizes he'll probably be arrested. And before that happens, he wants to get the news about Lucy to Mr. and Mrs. Beaver. So I'll just read you a bit of it, just to give you a flavor. Canto 4. Night fell on Narnia, dark and cold, and lightning struck and thunder rolled. All night from deep within his cave, Tumnus heard the night wind rave, and from his shelter safe and warm had felt the fury of the storm, and had, amidst the growing gloom, some premonition of his doom. For he had heard that some had seen by lantern waste the dreadful queen, and trembled now with fear and doubt that she had found his secret out. And so, before the dawn of day, out through the snow he slipped away. He staggered past the groaning trees, through snows that blind and winds that freeze, until beneath a rocky ledge he reached the frozen river's edge. He heard the wooden lodge door slam and saw the lights of Beaver's Dam. He saw a friendly snout and sighed, and almost breaking down he cried as Mr. Beaver reached his side. To Tumnus it was like a dream, inching across the icebound stream. Above him, freezing, blinding snow, a drop to certain death below. They braved the fury of the storm, and soon they were both safe and warm, out of the snow and freezing air, and snug in Mr. Beaver's lair, regaled with bread and soup and ale. Tumnus related all his tale. And of course, we then get the whole, the Beavers are then going to be able to meet all 4 children when they arrive. Thanks to Tumnus's foresight, but Tumnus himself, of course, is arrested. Anyway, as I say, I'm reading this poem in a country where the whole notion of the fear of capture and the secret is a living memory. So I don't know if Lewis had any sense that he would ever be a prophet in Eastern Europe, but that is exactly what he's become. Anyway, here we have one of the glories of Eastern European architecture, this magnificent library, which they've kindly let me use as a bit of a hidey hole to get ready for my talk. Anyway, I'm sure you can let yourself out, and thank you very much for dropping round. I admire your persistence in finding me in out-of-the-way places. See you.